If you were watching basketball or tennis or ABC last night and you suddenly lost your programming, let me explain what happened. The short version is Disney wants a ton of money and Spectrum doesn't want to pay it. The longer version is a little more complex, so let me break that down for you, and I'm going to do that in 3 parts. 1, talk about the cable economics. 2, talk about regulation, particularly retransmission consent, and 3rd, the current landscape in the television industry. So in terms of cable economics, cable channels make money through 2 revenue streams. They make money from advertising, right? Everybody knows that. And they also make money from the cable operators that carry their channels. So something like MTV gets maybe 75 cents per subscriber per month. So even if there's a downturn in the advertising market, these cable channels are pretty safe because they have this guaranteed money coming in from cable operators. You may hear people talk about Fox News and how all the advertising is tanking on Fox News, but Fox News doesn't care. It's because Fox News makes about $2 per subscriber per month. And so if you're talking at its height, it was about 100 million cable subscribers. You're talking about $200 million per month for 12 months out of a year. That's over $2 billion a year. And that doesn't include advertising. The second part to understand is retransmission consent. Retransmission consent was regulation that came into play in the 1990s. And basically what happened is the broadcasters, ABC, NBC, CBS, said to Congress, it's not fair that those cable channels are getting this money from cable systems, but we're not, and we're bringing the largest audience to them. So why aren't we allowed to get money too? So the short version of it is retransmission consent means exactly that. We will consent for you to retransmit our signal, but you have to pay us money for that. This was back in the 90s, so we're talking about pre-internet time. Back then, the broadcasters didn't have a really lot of good leverage in terms of negotiating with the cable systems, because if they weren't being presented over the cable, then they didn't have someplace else to go. I mean, yeah, they could have gone to a satellite company, but those were very small and didn't reach a whole lot of the country. So let's look at the landscape now. Now what's going on is, yes, Disney wants all this money, and ESPN alone can cost in some places to the cable operator $14 a month per subscriber. Add to that, the companies like Disney don't negotiate these channels individually. They negotiate them as a group. So they're negotiating for ESPN and ABC and Freeform, all of that at the same time. And they can leave it off Spectrum for as long as they want to, because you can go watch it on Hulu. Now, some of the live programming like ESPN, maybe not, but a lot of the other stuff you can. So Disney is in a better power position than Spectrum is in this situation. So I think this isn't going to settle as quickly as it would have done in the past. And in the end, you and I are going to be the ones who pay for it, because you know that Spectrum is going to push that cost through to the consumer. And if you haven't cut the cord already, it's going to be another reason for you to want to do that.